Alright, this is day 2 of my Honkai Star Rail stream. Free to play account, of course, because why the fuck would I play on my pay to win account? That's bullshit. No, not really. I haven't not abandoned that account. It's just that I want to play this game over again to see. Well, just for fun. There's no other reason. It's just I just want to do this for fun. I wonder if this music keeps on playing. Like, does it get louder if I walk towards the Astral Express? Hello there, friend.
是你啊，你似乎有话要说。
Oh, it's in Chinese. I have to switch this to English. Because I've decided I'm playing this one account will be English, my free-to-play account will be in English, and my other pay-to-win account is going to be Chinese.
Oh, it's you. Do you have something on your mind?
It's actually kind of weird because this actually feels a bit surreal because I've always watched other people play this game in English. Well, I myself have played this game in Chinese, so it's almost like this is the first time I'm seeing this. I'm playing this game. It actually feels like a brand new experience in a lot of ways. You're really good at taking care of others.
Oh? What did I do?
Your judgments are always accurate. You're always the first one to charge into battle.
Is that so? Well, I am the train's guard. I suppose it's just instinct. I think you're not bad yourself.
I don't think you approved of me.
If you're referring to what I think about you joining the Astral Express, you're overthinking it. My position is simple. It doesn't matter to me. I suggest you ignore my opinions and make your own choice.
Can you guys hear me while I'm talking all the way from over here? I'm like laid back in my seat. Cause I'm just wondering what the vocals are like. Maybe I should take my mic a bit closer to myself like this. Yeah. That should be better. So I can play through the entire day without leaning into my seats all the fucking time. Yeah, this seems good. You don't seem like someone who likes to travel.
Being on the Express isn't exactly the same as traveling or adventuring. The Astral Express symbolizes trailblazing. You understand?
Nope. I still don't.
Trailblazing implies the unknown, be it unknown risks or unknown rewards. In my opinion, the unknown is no more terrifying than the known. In fact, the unknown signifies something we can control and change.
I understand.
Okay then.
I forgot how much content there was in this game. Like, the starting zone actually has so much stuff going on. Like, there was a portal here.
Welcome to Herta Space Station.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Hey, I heard the news. You're coming with us on the Express, right?
Nope. Do you want me to come along?
Do I even need to say it? I think we're becoming fast friends. Isn't that enough?
Sure.
But you look like you've got something on your mind. Come on, out with it.
How did you join the Express?
I'd like to know too. I was already on the train when I woke up. I was just drifting out there in space and got picked up by the Express. Amazing, right?
Is that often? Does that kind of thing happen often?
Crazy stuff like that? Not too often. It sure freaked me out. But every encounter I've had since coming aboard the Express has been strange to say the least. For example, going to the desert to catch something called a sandfish, correcting a gravitational field to flip an upside-down castle, or almost getting my head cracked open by a galena ball falling from the sky while trying to avoid a sleeping reindeer on the road. Huh. Looking back now, it all seems quite dangerous. But I had the crew there with me, so the problems didn't seem all that bad.
I often forget that these people have been in the crew and have had like their own adventure before me. I'm thinking about if I should get on the Express.
Of course you should. Why wouldn't you? There's only 4 of us now, plus Pom Pom. Each of us can have our own carriage to sleep in. You wouldn't have the heart to
It's
leave
interesting
your
that
carriage
she says there's only
unmanned,
4 of
would
us now,
you?
plus Pom Pom. So that implies that there were more people while she was on the train before me. I don't know what the carriage is like. That sounds more like a problem for you guys.
Then come aboard and take a look for yourself.
Oh, how time
Getting
flies.
nostalgic already? You know, when you were passed out, all I thought was I had to look after you. And then you picked up the bat? Just incredible! In the blink of an eye, you knocked that big fella into Mr. Yang's black hole and saved me. I still haven't thanked you properly yet. Nah, we're not splitting up here.
Black hole.
Getting nostalgic, you know, when in the blink of an eye, you knocked that big fella into Mr. Yang's black hole and saved me. I still haven't thanked you properly yet. Nah, we're not splitting up here.
So, Mr. Yang was the one who defeated him. Interesting. That's how they
I'll be
explained the
waiting for
disappearance
you.
of the Doomsday Beast or whatever it's called. It was defeated by Mr. Yang after I knocked it out. Alright, let's go do some quests. Road to Revival. Find Arlen and listen to the space station's Star Echo remnants. The Legion's campaign has come to a temporary end. Traveling amongst the vast sea of stars, the Star Echo remnants from Herta Space Station are heard once again. With the combined strength of Asta and all of the researchers, the peerless space station seems to be expanding and recruiting for an operation known as Project Revival. Arlen believes that you are the most suitable candidate for this. Alright. Alrighty then.
Wanna go take some pictures?
What characters do I have at this point? Sampo? Yeah, who should I pick? I have them leveled up, so I might as well use those instead. I do have Asta, though. I think I'll go with Serval for now. Didn't use Serval in my last game. My last account. Just sort of just abandoned, sitting there. What's up with you these days? Everything happens exactly as predicted in the Mystic Scroll of Eons, exactly. If this is true, the Lord must have seen, no must be watching. Gosh, I can't breathe, oh my gosh. Are you alright? Okay, I am good. I mean, I am great. Good is an understatement for what I'm feeling right now. How would you feel if you get to see the sun whilst basking in its warmth? That's exactly how I feel right now. I have a few questions for you. In what field of study I am not a general scholar? If I can't answer your questions, please ask the other researchers. What is the Mystic Scroll of Eons? It's a long story. You can say it's a record of cultures related to Eons. It is written in a very obscure fashion. Even though I've spent countless days and nights studying it, I can only understand something of it. But one very important thing is that the content of the Mystic Scroll of Eons is based on facts, not groundless fabrications. This Legion is the best way to prove this. Who is the Lord you were talking about? Oh, are you interested in the invasion? That was a huge event. The enemies in the Legion are cosmic weapons made of antimatter. Do you know what that means? It echoes the infatuation and disaster in the Mystic Scroll of Eons. As a result, I've come to this conclusion. Those invaders are followers of Nanook, the destruction. This can't be wrong. Have you seen that, Lord? Have I seen that, Lord? What are you talking about? In ancient times, people were not aware of the exact nature of the sun, but they still worshipped the sun god. For them, the idea of approaching the scorching sun is too much for them to handle. I am already happy that I managed to find clues about the existence of eons. If I am really being watched by the great eons. I don't think I have anything else to ask.
All the good taste of Kapokali.
Kapokali. Arlen, head of security, reporting to you. Oh, it's you, traveler or trailblazer. Sorry, I didn't recognize you at first. I was just thinking, about ways to improve the security department's emergency response training. After all, this is also an important part of Project Revival. If the Legion dares to attack us again, I don't want to make things easier for them. Wow, how proactive, unlike myself. That's because I have a lot of faith in Lady Asta. Project Revival is a set of post-disaster operational protocols that Miss Asta and the heads of the 5 departments collaboratively developed using data gathered about the damage sustained by the space station. It also involves many other confidential initiatives, such as the Curio Collection Squad security zoning and the Interastral Peace Corporation's damage assessment. Curio sounds very organized. Well, it's all due to the clear thinking and proper planning by Lady Asta and the heads of the previous various departments. But the implementation of Project Revival is not easy, and Lady Asta believes that the number of personnel needed exceeds our previous estimates. Sorry if it seems to come out of nowhere, but would you like to help? You protected me in the past when we battled those Legion monsters. You are truly a worthy comrade. That's why I immediately thought of seeking your help. Please just order me around as you please. How come you never have anything good for me? Isn't that a good thing? It's nothing too difficult, really. The department staff are busy with Project Revival. Can you please go to every zone in the space station to see if they need assistance? By the way, here is your commission fee, a total of 648. I'm not sure how much I should offer you. Since my living expenses are all already covered by the space station, I have no idea how much money was worth. I won't charge you anything. Hopefully, with your help in Project Revival, Lady Asta will finally get a good night's sleep. Damn, I'm already getting spam. Abraham, me, and Asta. Can someone please help me? It's urgent. I need a reply ASAP. Ireland says, what happened? The security department is about to be in position. Asta says, darn. Did you hit the send all button? Abraham, he's terrified by every little thing out there. The squad has helped him so many times before. He is probably making a big deal out of nothing again. Alas, everyone, just ignore him. Abraham says, in the reception hall, where I was working on Project Revival, I ran across this insurmountable obstacle. I'm sure Alfred would have come to my rescue if he were still around. What choice do I have? When did I get so many friends? You still don't have any friends. People who text you aren't your friends. A technical issue such as your friend list is no problem for my researchers. So sorry if my researchers inconvenienced you in any way. I've already taken it on myself to block the rest of your admirers who are still queuing to add you to their friends list. As for all those requests already received, it's up to you to decide what to do with them. Jesus Christ. She's basically telling me to ignore the spam.
Welcome to Herta Space Station.
Intriguing. I will do just that. Let me tease you. Head. Rubbing its fluffy plate. What is a pate? With your palms. You can feel the sensation of its tail wagging quickly now. Ruby looks in good spirits. This is a good opportunity to build a closer friendship with it. Thrash belly. It seems like it doesn't want to expose its belly in public. Never thought I'd find a dog that puts up a facade. Touch paws. Its warm paw pads are really squishy. Okie doke.
If only I got paid more.
Why is this so expensive? I've thrown all my funding into it. And they're always spamming you online to buy new, not secondhand. I wish I were rich. I'd buy loads of superconductors and just throw them away once I'm done with them. That's me, but with SSDs and hard drives. Instead, I have to reuse them over and over again. Hello, Asta.
Thank goodness you're all safe. It's a pity that we haven't had the chance to talk much, and now the Express is about to leave. Do you have any questions?
Is the damage to the space station serious?
Well, Madame Herta gave me a piece of code, which she apparently wrote on the way here. I just tried it out, and the defense shield's regenerating 3 times faster than before. Thanks to her, the Antimatter Legion outside is not much of a threat anymore. The space station's repairs and reconstruction can also begin smoothly, but internally. When the Stellaron was extracted, even for that brief moment, it corroded the space station and formed a new space, what we now call the fragmentum. The part that was corroded is irreversible, so the space station will always be in a state of
Oh shit!
quasi-fragmentum.
This shit's permanent. What are the effects of the fragmentum?
All existing fragmentums are connected, so there will be monsters that will enter the space station through its fragmentum.
That is insane.
I talked with Arlan and
How do you do
there's
anything
no easy
if there's...
solution to this problem at the moment. We can
Oh
only
my
increase
God.
the security and patrol frequency to protect the ongoing research.
I feel like you should just scrap this entire research station then.
Well, thanks to her, when the part that...
Will it also be corroded by the fragmentum?
I'd like to know the answer to that as well. All existing fragmentums are connected, so monsters will be able to enter the space station through the fragmentum here. But it shouldn't allow anything to exit your body, so... I talked with Arlan, and there's no easy solution to this problem at the moment. We can only increase the security and patrol frequency.
Make sure you don't burn yourself out.
After all this is over, I'm putting my vacation time in with Madame Herta. I've got it all planned. I'll hop on an airship and give the blue a good look.
The blue. So that's the planet that's below them, I see. You can see it from the space station, you know.
Be that as it may,
Can you?
taking it in
I
while
don't
on
see it.
vacation and observing it during work are not the same thing. Oh, and if I have an actual full vacation, I can take my time to collect observational data and finish writing my paper. Of course, there's already a lot of published research on the blue, but I want to study it myself. It might sound a lot like work, but it's really just a hobby. There are no deadlines or quotas to meet, and I don't get paid.
Nice. Can I... Wait, you don't get paid? What? Can I stay at the space station?
I like you, but you have a Stellaron in your
Jesus,
body.
does everybody know?
If you were just wandering around, or if you agreed to be sealed away in an experiment pod, that would be fine.
That sucks for me.
But if you're going to work in the space station long term, the Stellaron may have some serious effects on the station's fragmentum. As the lead researcher, that's a risk I cannot take. I can sense your enthusiasm for the space station, but I'm afraid I have to turn you away.
Fine. Is there really no way I can help?
Well, if you wanted to come back and help, of course I wouldn't refuse you. Dan Hung helped inventory our rare items. March 7th said that she would help out as much as she can and connected over 50 wires in the electrical room. Everyone from the Express is so obliging. And I think you're pretty good at meddling, too.
Let me think things over.
Sure. No hurry.
Space plant. This plant doesn't smell very nice. It may not be an oxygen producer. This is a primitive chromosomal-based organism. Okay.
I have 10 life insurance policies on the go.
Sure. Don't say that. I couldn't help myself and bought 10 whole insurance policies. How come? Are you nuts? Back before the Legion invaded and an old departmental veteran passed away, it really stirred up some feelings. So I bought all of these and listed your name in the beneficiary column. In case something ever happens to me one day, at least you and our little precious, you can use this to help our keep on living. Don't say such terrible things. Well, they're married or something. At least I hope they're married. If they're not, that's kind of sad. Are you still doing the PETA shit? Raise your proud heads. Don't try to deceive yourself by ignoring the tragedies right in front of your eyes. Have you ever thought about the feeling of the robot arm when you order a cup of latte that requires 1,000 whisks? Did it ever occur to you that the non-human curios can also feel pain when you cast excessive external stimulation to it, just to see its unique response? Emotion is not exclusive to humans. Facing the tragedy of non-human creatures around you is the first step to truly understand love. How can we alleviate the enslavement of robots? You hit the nail on the head, my friend. I can see you have sharp eyes and you are good at spotting the most essential pain point of the tissue. I'm sure everyone can see the level of science and technology in the space station, however, people show no respect for machines. People get rid of them when broken and replace them when they start to slow down. It's a very dangerous mindset. This is the current situation, it's very bad. Still got some questions for you. Any questions you have, my friend, I will tell you everything I know to solve all the questions in your heart. What are the other people's perspectives on your action? Unfortunately, most of the researchers here are selfish. They care too much about short-term interests. They are more willing to put their efforts into things like promotion and salary. I'll be honest with you. They think my idea is premature and unrealistic. But fortunately, once in a while I meet people like you who share this ambition. It gives me faith to stick to the right path. MC's just like, look at this pretty star. Why do you want to protect the rights and interests of non-human creatures? Good question. Only by understanding their motives behind them actions can mutual understanding be truly achieved. Among the countless curio collections of the space station, life does not only exist in the human receptacle. They often inhabit places that humans can't imagine, such as the table or a cup. However, just because their appearances are not understood by humans, their lives are not valued. How ridiculous.
Nice.
How can anyone segregate life into different levels just because of their external forms? For this very reason, I decided to establish the Mimicry Protection Association to protect the rights and interests of non-human creatures. What have you done as the president of the Mimicry Protection Association? I am powerless on my own. My influence may disappoint you, but I swear on my soul that I never treated this matter with any less importance. Every day, I work hard to promote the Mimicry Protection Association. Other than recruiting like-minded people like now, I also compiled the Robot Slavery Abolition Act. Although it is only a draft, I've got the preliminary framework set up. Have some faith in the future. I'm sure we can change this cold-blooded status quo. I don't have any questions.
Protect the rights of non-human creatures. There must be no delay.
Jesus Christ. I guess I should use Asta for now, simply because I'm in this Herta Space Station. Makes it feel a bit more lore accurate. This entire map is still useless. Let's go to Abraham. So many people. Watson. The quickest way to stir up a pond of stagnant water is to throw in a nuclear bomb from the outside, like what's happening now. Oh, did you hear that? Don't mind me, I was just mumbling nonsense to myself. Do we know each other? Not really, but we can. I, Elizabeth Watson, can tell right away you are no ordinary person. If you are like me and unwilling to surrender to mediocrity, then we are siblings of a different mother. This attack may seem like a disaster to many people, but it is an opportunity for those who are smart. Seize it, my brethren. Nothing here is as simple as it seems. I heard how you destroyed the schemes of a Lord Ravager. It is rare for a youngster to have such outstanding talents, and you've earned this reward. I hope you return the courage you showed at that moment throughout your life in the future. There's something I can't wrap my head around. You've come to the right person. I am investigating this attack. What have you found so far? With our current relationship, I can't tell you everything I know. Yo, Wiraka, what's up? But I can tell you something less important. For example, some researchers from the space station could be involved in this attack. Although I haven't found any inconclusive evidence, time will prove me right. What was the attacker's purpose? Kiddo, your question is very sharp. No structure is perfect. There is always a risk of collapse at any time. Yeah, it's funny because you got here and then Stream Element Spot is like, I'm here too. There are many reasons behind this attack: collusion, lack of defensive power. But none of this matters. The only thing that matters is the changes brought to the space station by this attack. What are you going to do? High risk, high reward. I am going to dig deep and find those crooks. Don't worry about me. I know very well when I should act and when I should bolt. If anything, your presence is somewhat peculiar and deliberate. I smell conspiracy. Shh. Don't interrupt my train of thought. Sorry. Young people have no patience at all. Huh. Cosmos Public Service Award. Interesting. An honorary award given out by the Herta Department of Galactic Geopolitics in recognition of someone, companions of partial justice. Interesting. Earlier today, I started farming for Farina. I just realized Farina actually needs a ton, like a shit ton of whopper flower mats. And now I'm going all around Teyvat farming that shit. I'll probably still be doing that tomorrow. Also, use a lot of resin, consolidated resin, on the Justice talent materials. Hopefully I'll be able to farm everything before the end of my time. Before Farina releases. Cosmos Public Service Award. When gamma rays and neutrino bursts are blocked outside of the spiral arms of the cosmos, when yet another scheme devised by our Lord Ravager is thwarted by the resourceful Rangers, that is when the whistling of justice soars over the star wall of preservation, and the people of the 7 eons rejoice. In this amber era, when unprecedented change took place, the Herta Space Department of Galactic Geopolitics still managed to capture tidbits of information from light years away. All because of your honorable deed, which left a mark on the ever-fleeting energy flow of the universe. Wait, you streamed this morning? Yeah, I streamed, well, not this morning, but earlier, like 2 hours ago. As scarce as it may seem, as it may be, justice like this is the commendable in its own right. It may not crush the vile foe once and for all, nor can it restore the rights the victims have lost. But it will, like the butterfly that caused the storm, repel all evil and pull good people together, leaving a remarkable chapter of justice in the history of this universe. For this purpose, a little bird travels through the glittering stars to name you Lord of Peacekeeping. Your title is hereby certified. May your voice is heard throughout the galaxies thereon. Fucking typos, man. May your voice be heard, not is heard. Fucking translators don't know shit. Herta's Department of Galactic Geopolitics, 2157 AE. Signed by researcher... Wait, so this year is 2157 AE. Signed by researcher Elizabeth Watson. Okie doke. 2157 AE. Let me check Amber Era. Amber Era. Okay. 2150. Interesting. Ooh, I can already see these things. Nice. The piggies are already here.
Rules are made to be
Oh, this is so nostalgic. I haven't fought with the Trailblazer in so long. Get wrecked.
Scared yet?
It feels so weird listening to the English voice. I don't know, maybe that's just me. You gotta die.
Let's go.
Do I do this or this? I guess I'll do this. Ouch. I don't have a healer. Holy shit, I just forgot. I have no healer here.
The truth of life and death.
Uh-oh.
It's but a vision.
How do you heal again without healers?
Tough luck running into me.
You need to not die.
Phew! Gotta try hard to watch this awesome move.
Are you gonna run away? Uh-oh.
Who invited you? Huh?
Nice. 11 damage.
Reach the end of the story in
Tindalus
your own
Piggy.
way.
What does that mean? Capture Whoop Trotter 1 times. Okay. That was hard work reading all of that. Fighting that pig, which means I need to reward myself with a 5-star. No, never mind. I can't believe I can't do single polls here. Can I not do single polls on this banner? Jesus Christ, what a fucking ripoff. They know that I'm just gonna be gunning for the 5-star. Unlocked. Interesting. Hello, Herta. Nothing of value contributed by you. I didn't even know this was here. I'm guessing that they do spawn. I was wondering this when I was playing the game from the beginning, which is that they add stuff to areas that you already went to in the past. And apparently the answer to that is yes, they do add stuff like chests. Well, it kind of makes sense, right? Because we didn't actually go there with the main character. Canonically, we only went there because of Kafka. This was the place where we started gaming. Screen. Hello.
Welcome to the station.
You guys are looking good. Abraham. Please rest assured that this zone is now completely under the control of the Curio Collection Squad. Why is your voice shaking? Shaking it is not. You must have misheard. Calm down, Abraham. As a member of the Curio Collection Squad, you must always stay calm. Fear, if picked up by others, will not only make everyone distrust you, but also ruin your chance to avenge Alfred. Mrs. Hinkle transferred me here from the obstacle detection terminal so that I could follow the lead of Wiminda, head of the Curio Collection Squad, to toughen myself up on the front line. As soon as I came here, I encountered a problem about reactivating the space anchor over there. Even I can do it. Don't put it like that. You are the big hero who saved the space station. This is not something that anyone can do. You are being too modest. Well, actually, the activation itself isn't the problem part, isn't the difficult part. You just need to get close to the space anchor, and the biological polarity of your body will be able to activate it. The real challenge is all the monsters along the way. But back when I was working at the obstacle detection terminal, they were nothing but distant shadows that I could just brush aside. Then the invasion happened, and when I learned that they got Alfred, my heart began to fill up with hatred. But when I became a member of the Curio Collection Squad and met them face to face, all I felt was fear. At that moment, Alfred's fading eyes flashed in my head. I felt short of breath, with cold sweat all over my body and my legs trembling. What a loser, right? I just couldn't find the courage to go through with it and activate the space anchor, and it had been like this for several days. So canonically, we've been in the space station for several days. Interesting. I always wondered about the timeline, because it always seemed kind of fucky how we just we got here at the space station, woke up in the space station, helped out these little poor folks with an invasion, and then we just got the fuck out of here. They never really told us that there were other quests we could do here before we left it. So by the time I was doing these Herta Space Station quests, I was already in Belobog. I feel like that's kind of a weird thing they did. They probably should have slowed down the story a tiny bit. Leave it to me. I really admire you. Your perseverance and courage in the face of death have inspired me. I'm well aware of my limitations, so I'll just wait here for an update from you. Please activate the space anchor. I'm counting on you. Oh shit, it's Stream Elements bot again. Aren't you a diligent viewer of mine? The only one that I can trust to be here at all times, unfortunately.
Keep at it.
Uh-oh. You missed! What was that hitbox? That actually did hit me.
No interest in
If it weren't
conflict.
for the shitty
Who invited you?
hitboxes.
Who will it be?
Oh, I do not like Asta. I feel like Asta sounds way more mature in English than in Chinese. I don't know. It kind of screws with my impressions of her, to be honest. Like, yeah, that sounds good, but does it really sound like Asta? I don't know.
You can't run.
Rules
I forgot.
to be broken.
March is like
Too late
March
to
is like a
repent.
follow-up attack demon. Do they
Reach
all
the
have
end of the
Lycones?
story in your own way.
Shut up, bitch. There's no choice in this game. And don't pretend like there is. Wait, what? When the wearer uses their ultimate, it increases attack by 24% by 2 turns, or increases the wearer's ultimate by 28%, 24%. Increases ultimate damage by 28%. Use their skill automatically regenerates 8 energy. This effect can now be triggered multiple times in a single turn. Meh, let's just do this. Okay. Equip. You get this. Or I could just do this. Just increase ultimate damage. Huh. Hunt in abundance. I don't have any characters that can take advantage of this right now, can I? Do I? Increase effect hit rate by increased by 20% for 3 turns. After using skill, the wearer's next basic attack deals additional damage equal to 60% of the... No, that's stupid. Yeah, let's just use this. Wait, I can't already enhance this. Wow. These things really are trash, aren't they? Like, they're completely useless in terms of the overall power levels. Like, Jesus Christ. These things really are meant to be, like, completely thrown away. They're not even useful. It's so sad. I like how the 3-star weapons in Genshin actually do stuff. Like, yeah, they're not the greatest weapons, but you can still use them. Like, oh, what was that weapon called? It's not, something about Dragon's Adventure. It's like an adventure book that you put on Mona. I forgot what the name was. Thrilling Tales of the Dragon Slayer, yeah. And then there's also the Millilith weapon, the Millilith Spear that you can put on John Lee, which is the one I use. And here it's just like, are any of these actually worth it? It feels like the 5-star Lycones really just outperform anything else. Like, they're straight up better. There's no, like... There's no competition between 5-star Lycones versus 4-star Lycones. I feel like that's part of why they made 5-star Lycones in this game much easier to get compared to in Genshin, because they're just so much better. Increases basic attack and skill damage. Can I upgrade this? Or can I switch it? Is there a better one? So this one does increases wearer's damage. Deals 20% more damage to enemies whose HP percentage is greater than 50%. Or increases basic attack and skill damage. Nah. If the wearer's current HP is lower than 80%, increase crit rate. Nah. Let's just do this. Is there anything anything else I can use? Increases defense. Heals. I feel like heal might be more important than defense because I can't defend everybody with this character. I might as well do this. Wait, this is only their own HP. Jesus Christ. Okay, that sucks. Increases the wearer's defense. Okay, that's not good either. These are all shit. All complete shit. Choices. And you, what do you get? You get this. Nice. Asta. I already put something on you. You all got your nonsense. Oh boy.
This will strengthen our position.
Freeze, crash.
Holy shit!
Everything is working. Oh, stars, give these trailblazers your blessing.
Oh, I don't think I'm ready for this yet. Uh-oh.
The truth of life and death.
Get rid of you.
It's but a vision. Break!
176, that's respectable. Ouch.
Oh, let's see.
Huh. Is there anybody who is being aimed? No, I don't think so.
Let's make it quick.
Fighting is meaningless.
Uh-oh. Holy mother of God! They're really going at it.
Here! Gotta try hard to watch this awesome move!
Let's go.
No in. The truth of life
The sanctuary is but a vision.
If Dan dies, I'm... No, 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 no!
this. Can't.
It's already happened. It's over. I should have blocked... I should have healed everybody. I should have... No, I don't think I could have blocked everybody.
My turn!
Let's just do this just in case.
Phew!
Rules are made to be broken.
I think I can still win. Yeah.
Scared yet?
Definitely doable.
Everything is ordained. Oh, stars, give these trailblazers your blessing. Who invited you? Huh?
Tough luck running into me!
Oh shit! I should have... No, 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 no. And you're dead too. Come on.
Gotta try hard to watch this awesome move!
Playing this game without healers is something else, I'll tell you that. This is actually really entertaining. From a masochistic kind of way. Perspective.
Told ya I could fight! Phew!
Ouch.
Rules are made to be broken.
My turn! Here!
Let's make it quick.
Tough luck running into me! Gotta try hard, watch this
Does it
awesome
freeze?
move.
Is there any chance of it freezing at all? Yes,
Let's
there
go.
is, thank God.
Try that again! Phew!
Let's make it
I
quick.
love these early fights. It's so cool how I'm kind of just dying here.
Gotta try hard, watch this
And it's just gonna
awesome
attrition
move.
them down. Meanwhile, in my pay to win count, I've already done
Told ya I
MLC
could
10.
fight.
Let's go. Rules are made to be broken.
Quick, 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 quick. Nice. Formidable foe defeated. The special access card is vaguely indistinguishable from the others. The corners are chipped and the writings are worn out. It's unclear if it works. When the light is at a certain angle, the words can vaguely be seen printed on the card. Access authentication. When was the last time I saw one of these? I don't think I feel like I didn't see any of these back in Shinjo Wofu. I feel like that region was severely devoid of all of these giant chests that we usually have in the original region. What is this? A very ordinary little robot providing very ordinary life services aboard the space station. You notice a button sticking out of the robot, looking like it might be a power button. You decide to don't touch it or force a shutdown. You notice that the little robot has been on standby here for a long some time. You push the power button instead of spending the little robot into sleep mode. You've saved just a teensy bit of power for the space station. It's not much, but it's still enough to make you puff your chest out in pride. Can I turn it back on though? Because the red button, I don't know what it is. Have you guys ever felt scared by a red power button? I don't know if this is a really strange thing to be scared by, but I really like turning things on so that the buttons are green instead of red. Hello again, Adria Gailey. What's up? Are you done with university yet? Are you doing your examinations or whatever they're called? There are no tutorials. Okie doke. I'm done with that. Can I go in here then? No, my exams are in December. I can't get in there. I still couldn't get in there, I think, in my paid account. Hi, Abraham. Hunt. The hunt on the left, harmony on the right, the erudition in the heart. What are you doing? Hey, you're back already, so soon. I've only recited this morale chant 167 times. Before you say anything, please allow me to finish reciting it, otherwise I will feel very uncomfortable. Oh, hurry up. Yes, I'm going as fast as I can. The hunt on the left, harmony on the right, erudition is the heart, in the heart, and preservation on the chest. Phew, okay, well done, Abraham. Now, let's get back to business. I see that the space anchor over there has been activated. Actually, when I was reciting the chant, I figured it all out. Since you've helped me complete my task already, I can now continue to stay on the team, and I will eventually hunt down the monster that killed Alfred and Invention. I will prove to you that I have the courage to take that step before the long night of death. I hope this is not our last encounter. Farewell. What a little bitch. Go to the storage zone and learn about the revival declared by researchers. What a little bitch. Road to revival. Wow. Hello, friends. It's been a long time since I saw any of you guys. I can't believe I didn't do any of this before I went to Bellabog in my original account. This a lot of content. I'm like, what the heck?
The details tell me about capability. Word count tells me about attitude.
Do you have to write essays for university? Like, are you still in your, are you in graduate school? Or are you in like undergraduate stuff? How do you feel about what you're learning?
Never seen anything like that.
I gotta admit, when I went to university, I basically just saw a bunch of shitheads. It kind of disillusioned me on university as a whole. It was like, wow, these people are kind of dumb. Like, I thought I was dumb, but these people are also dumb. Why am I with a bunch of dumb people? And then I realized because I'm also dumb. And then I didn't want to go to university anymore. And there's either like tryhards in university, or there's like people who are just coasting and going there because they were told to. For example, me. I'm a very fine specimen of that group of people. What is this? Battle of intellects is a source of pride. Physical exertion brings shame. It's complete nonsense, so physical labor doesn't count as work now. Today I'm going to show you all what real work is. Here. All staff present, attention please. Herta Space Station is undergoing a difficult period of revival. In the battle with the Legion, some of our colleagues were slaughtered by the monsters, and their cold bodies were thrown into the silent space. The cyber attack has erased years of research efforts. The damaged curios are slowly disintegrating in a weightless environment. Everything within sight has been turned into a wasteland, and the monsters are still roaming around in our cabins. No matter how many dazzling achievements you have made on your own, we can no longer afford to live like hermits. We need to mobilize every member of our staff, put down our inherent prejudices, and work together to recover the lost curios and repair the damaged cabins. I'm all ears. If you don't mind, I don't want to hear any more complaints about physical labor, nor do I want to see anyone putting off work. This is all just a conspiracy to get people to work harder. If you are interested in curio recovery... Oh, also just lost 50-50 to Mona. That's not too bad. Fona is not the worst thing you could lose to. If you are interested in curio recovery, please report to the Curio Collection Squad under Mr. Wimingda in the base zone as soon as possible. Those who are interested in repair work, come to me now to learn the process. Mona's ass. She has nice ass, I agree. I can help with the repairs. Good. Are you the young man who helped out in the master control zone? I have a special task for you. 45 meters out the door room from where we are now, there's a major road defect. I have checked, and the small ordnance depot on the other side of the defect is swarming with monsters. I'm afraid ordinary staff won't be able to deal with this. Looks like I'm the only one. Yes, make sure to repair the road and eliminate the monsters at the end of it. I have many other matters to attend to. Please report back to me when you finish the task. I'm actually kind of like, I am still astounded that Mona became such like a large phenomenon. I mean, I say a phenomenon, but it's mostly just Rule 34. But still, like, I don't know why, but Mona would not be like my choice of a character to do Rule 34 for. Yeah, I know what to do about this.
I deserve a nice pat on the back for that one.
This will strengthen our position.
The Mihorny writers explaining how in the 27 ash shots during Mona's story quests are crucial to the plot. I forgot about that. I've pretty much forgotten all of the about all of the like early story quests. I should really do them when I do my free-to-play account again.
Let's go.
Jesus Christ. Attack the right person, bitch. I put the shield on the destruction character. Do you not see? Oh my god, this survived the sliver health.
Who invited you?
So this is what being free to play is like.
Who will it be?
Tough luck running into me.
Free to play heaven.
Here.
Jesus Christ. By the way, Mona finally came out in the Archon quest in 4.2. I'm so excited. To be fair, most of them are not good.
Try that again.
No manners, huh?
I mean, there's not good and there's Dia.
Watch this awesome move.
But I would have rather gone Dia instead of Mona, to be honest.
Huh?
I don't know. I'm a masochist like that. I'm the one who spent $200 on Dia. The logic does not apply to my mind. It doesn't even cross my mind. It's like
end of the story
on the
in your own
opposite
way.
side of my logic. What is this? Research report, Teutonic crystals. Did Asa just say no maidens? I didn't hear, I wasn't paying attention, but I'm sure she did. What is this? Oh, another login event. Nice. I will now make a splendid attempt at getting another 5-star character. Now. Fifth you. Okay, how about an 8 pole? 381. I need oneric shards. Fuck my life. Free stuff, yay! That's why I started a free-to-play count the way I did now. Because I want to get the free stuff before it disappears. It's literally FOMO. It's the most pure kind of FOMO there is. Okay, heal.
We need a strategy. Keep
Heal again. Level 16? Shit! I forgot to read.
Move carefully.
I don't think this is gonna work. I think I fucked up. Can I just run away?
Everything is where those stars give these trailblazers your blessing.
I think I just need to run away.
Let's go.
Yeah. No!
Rules are made to be broken.
It's okay, it's okay. This is totally doable. Yeah, I don't think it's doable. Ouch. Okay, okay.
Try that again.
You attacked the right person this time. No, I'm fucked. I think I'm fucked. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, this is bad. Yeah. Go back. Oh, I can turn the quest. Young man, you're back. Let me concentrate and inspect. Why am I doing this voice? There's a 0.5 millisecond time delay between the sound reaching both ears, which indicates that the source is in the 3 or 9 o'clock position. The sound is much louder in the left ear, which confirms the 9 o'clock position. That means the monsters in the 3 o'clock position have been eliminated. Good job. Shut the fuck up, you little... Go do it yourself. Such an incredible skill. It's just sonar positioning, nothing to brag about. In the Herta Department of Ecology, we deal with all sorts of cosmic creatures every day. Developing this kind of ability is part of your training. The staff of Herta Space Station possesses many different abilities. After meeting a few of us, you won't be surprised anymore. In short, thank you for your contribution to Herta Space Station. This is a reward I managed to secure for you from lead researcher Asta. Please take it. Thank you. You seem to take care of this place. Back when I was an unknown researcher, I was told by the first group of people who worked on the construction of Herta Space Station, this universe is never friendly, rather it's vast and dark. In this vast universe, there are countless pairs of eyes staring at the space station with various intentions. Some covet its curios, while others envy its neutrality and freedom. Yeah, they envy us for our freedom. Did you guys hear that? They envy us for our freedom! Finally, Mona came in Archon Quest. Back in Mondstadt, Mona only appears in her story quest and several limited quests. I really do, I agree. I like how they're like integrating former story elements into the current story. Now, if they could only... Okay, so the reason why I like that is because Genshin Impact has a problem of feeling very compartmentalized. Like, everything is just localized to the area that we're in. Like, none of the stuff that came before seems to matter all that much. And with the integration, like, with the involvement of Child and Mona, it feels less like we're just in these, like, microcosms. And, like, we're taking part in a grand story. Now, if they could only update Mona so that she actually synergizes with Dendro, that would be nice. But I guess that's asking too much. Perhaps we researchers are the only ones who can understand the joy, sadness, epiphany, and companionship that has brought us. Which is why it is up to us to give everything we have to protect it. Wow. Can I do the pulse now? 346 Oneric shards. Bitch. Nobody's got time for that. Maybe I should just do some more limited polls. Lamina, what's up with you? My dearest admirer, your letter is well received. Your most cherished idol, Master Capote. Not one word more or one word less, or the fans might find it unfair. Gold and silver color wax should be used to seal the letters, and then stamped with the name Capote. My dearest admirer, your letter is well received. I'm sorry, I'm in the middle of reviewing some important rules for my work. Am I in your way? Rules. Yeah. As Master Capote's secretary, I must be responsible for his daily activities. If my personal negligence damages his public image, I will be in trouble. Yeah, don't you have something to say? Did I miss something again? Or do you have an order for me? Do you need help? No, Master Capote told me specifically that his personal affairs should not be handled by random strangers. This is my schedule for the day. Help Master Capote reply to his fans, fetch his personalized lunch, iron clothes. Isn't Master Capote the quest we did where we were like, we went to that guy who had a cult? Is that connected to that? That would be really cool if it was. Reply to the second batch of his fans, fetch personalized dinner. Reply to the third batch of his fans. My schedule is so packed that I can't even spare time to breathe. I better not make any mistakes. Are these supposed to be your jobs? Master Capote ordered me to do these things. Of course, they are part of my job. As his secretary, the most important thing is to keep track of everything. The scope of work can be large and the lines can be blurry sometimes. Although it's hard, I believe practice makes perfect. You got it all wrong. Don't scare me like that. If I get it wrong, I will lose my job. I can't. Let me check again. Is he called Capote in English? I don't know. They don't pronounce it. Capote? 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 How do you pronounce it? I don't know. If I make another mistake, I'll be dead. Okay, here's Capote. I think he is the... I think this guy is the cult leader that we met in the... I think it was one of the daily missions. Whether they are enemies from the abyss or people with ill intentions, so long as I'm in the space station, I will never let them ravage the territory of Madame Herta. If they are to trample on this pure land of science, they'll have to go through me first. What are you doing here? Oh, here's another lost soul. Don't worry, I'll show you the way. My name is Capote. I'm a member of the Department of Ecology, but my other identity is more important. I'm a die-hard fan of Madame Herta. I'm here to ask my humble contributions to the space station as well as to Madame Herta. He's called Boomer in French. That's interesting. No, wait, it's not Boomer. It's actually Capotuboomer. Capotumer? No, that sounds stupid. Though I cannot fight against these horrors and lay out a road to survival. Not the same guy. But with my words, I will guide all those who are lost and in a panic like yourself. I've got something to ask you. How many people have had their pain soothed by you? I'm not someone who likes to reap benefits for myself, and I hope you understand that. But since you asked, I will answer. After all, my life's duty is to dispel others' confusion. Do you see the burning gazes of the fans around us? Those passionate looks of rapture are the best evidence of having had their pain smoothed. They no longer have their eyes clouded and now see the stars, and that is how they are able to passionately look at me. I mean at truth and reality. The way you move seems to be deliberately designed. I understand what you mean. Many people have told me the same thing. People always get attracted to my body by my body language and my eyes. I find it really interesting. No matter how hard I try to refrain myself and avoid causing trouble for others, it never works. Maybe it's just a part of me that's beyond my control. What do you think about this invasion? A disaster, an absolute complete disaster. It's interesting how that we have so many stories about cults in Genshin and Honkai Star Rail. If you think about it, there's like the Abundance cult, there's this guy's cult, there's Clotar's cult. The Abyss is basically a cult. The Abyss organization. We have the cult. Tsaritsa's like harbingers are basically a cult that worships the Tsaritsa. I know that everyone in the space station is concerned. Venti also has a cult, or a religion based on him. I know that everyone on the space station is concerned these days and all hold different views regarding the invasion. However, I only see the horrified faces of my fans. Though roses moist with tears hold a special scent, it would be apocalyptic for such thick and sweet aromas to turn sour with sorrow. Therefore, I need to remain steadfast in my duty and become their guiding light. If you still hold confusion in your heart, please come find me anytime. Of course, you may also write to me. I like that kind of classical communication method. You can give your letter to Lamina, and she will look at it after it. I look forward to seeing you again or seeing your letters. Okay. Nice.
Wanna go take some pictures?
Okay, World Shop. Let me double check everything. Research topic, no progress. Research progress report meeting. Cancel last minute. Performance review criteria under evaluation. Good, everything's in place. Now this is the best time for scientific research. I don't think I've seen you before. Nevertheless, it seems to be our fate to meet each other like this. Especially during the leisure time, away from work. You don't look very busy. That's not true. How busy I am should not be judged by any existing projects, but whether any brainstorming is happening in my head. This is my work of philosophy. Although I may seem pretty leisurely, deep down I do care a lot about the space station's restoration after the Antimatter Legion invasion. Have you noticed how intertwined my eyebrows are right now? That's how much I care about the space station. I heard you need help here. The Majestic Legion, the Chaos and Herta, the Curio Cabinet, we've never seemed to be able to break it from it all. Time to bid farewell to research and retire to a quiet, leisurely life. Happy and free. I see you're a man of culture as well. You've also come out of here to unwind, and even picked the same spot as me. It's not often you get the chance to waste time like this. Enjoy it while you can. If not for all the turmoil going around, I would still be locked up in the cabin doing their so-called research. I have already made it this far, and with a full head of hair at that. No need to worry about other people living better than you. The worst that can happen is we all perish together. Look at it this way. Even if there's a neutrino blast that heralds destruction, it's still worth it to see such a beautiful sight. I'm so happy now to be able to freely waste my own life. Just so happy. Well, I'm off then. Wait a second. You've already shared some of my joy. Shouldn't you return the favor? I happen to have a job on my hands that you could help me out with. We in the Department of Implement Arts have received orders to take stock of the various losses of the space station. That includes evaluating areas like the railway platform. All assets damaged by the Legion in the area, whether mobile or immobile, must be photographed and reported to IPC. My hands are full already, so why don't you lend me one? Don't worry, there'll be something in it for you too. I'll be on my way then. And I'll be waiting for you here, humming some tunes. The cosmos is indeed a sight to behold. What a hack.
All are at staff discount prices. It can't get any cheaper than this.
Oh god. Oh, I get to buy stuff. Can I get some poles? Oh, I do get poles. Sweet. Okay. I don't need Shadow of Destruction. I don't need any of this, like, upgrade shit. Let's see. Who do I need to level up? I think Asta is pretty important, right? What is Asta again? Is Asta Harmony? What is Asta? Asta is a Harmony character. Amazing. I will be using her in the future. So I think it's pretty safe for me to be able to upgrade this gal. 50 jades. Can I only buy 5 of them? Jesus Christ. 3 of them. Well, I don't think that's how it works. Shit. Well, I'll just buy all of them then. Get 3 of those. 3 of those. 3 of those. 2 of those. Nice, nice. That's the destruction one, right? Burn or bleed. This also applies to damage over time. And there we go. My first 4-star destruction light cone. Ta-da! This music is just so nostalgic. What the heck? Nice. It's 2. They did a really good job. I wish they took us through this. I wish they took us through these quests before getting us to go into the Astro Express. Or maybe it would have been too slow. I'm trying to like think about this for a second. Would it have been better for us to do these quests before going onto the Astro Express, or would it have been better to have that big like, oh my god, so cool hype moment beforehand?
All are at staff discount prices.
I feel like maybe we should have gone into the Express and have that departure and then be like, oh wait, there's actually stuff we need to do it back in Herta Space Station, and then we go back to it. And then we do all these quests, and then we go to Belobog. Back already, you're fast. Here I have plenty of blank space in this ledger. Let's see what you managed to capture. The broken robot, a streamlined body, a silver white metallic luster. Is this the robot that Asta ordered? I have to admit, she has great taste. The Astro Express. Well, strictly speaking, the Express isn't part of the space station. Hey, you're one of the Express crew, right? I'll do you a favor and add its damages to the books. Are you these enough? More or less. I put it all in the ledger. You can take a look now. That's how I felt about Inazuma. What do you mean? Oh, holy shit, this is insane. What is this? Curio collection? Dark matches reject silence. Oh my god. Interdimensional bed, railway platforms, Astro Express. Psychological damage. That's kind of plot breaker, lol. I feel like it was kind of weird that we just went to Belobog, and then immediately after I reached Belobog, I got all these messages about going back to Herta Space Station and how we need to like help it repair itself. It just seems a bit timeline breaking or chronologically like impoverished. Like canonically, I think all of this happened before we left Herta Space Station is basically how I feel. Canonically, we did all of these quests before we left for Belobog. Incident IPC settlement, 48,000 credits, 990,000, 5,777,000, 97,000, 32,000, 118,000. The entire Exile arc was better if you did the important world quest before arriving to Watersum. I know. Yeah, that also didn't make a lot of sense. Shichi Megascope. If there's nothing wrong, I'll take the photos. Yes, even though it only got bumped slightly in the corner, it still counts as damage. In any case, IPC will reimburse us for everything, so there's no need to be coy about it. The thousands of things listed here, who's going to know the difference unless they check everyone? Okay, I'll sort out the ledger for submission later. You should go get some rest. Huh. Okay. Road to the Revival completed. Man, I am one of those who really try to at least make Genshin timeline work and make sense. But then after HSR release, I think Hoyo really doesn't really care about the timeline style. Yeah. I've also thought about that as well. And my conclusion is that they don't give a fuck. Food orders. Business meal. Current number in line 0. The meal is being dispatched for you. Please wait patiently. Delivery in process. Enjoy your meal. Hertarium. I think all of these like world quests, basically all of these world quests and events are not taking place like in a canonical order, or if they are taking place, they take place in an order that is outside of the Trailblaze missions. And I feel like this was much less the case with Genshin. With Genshin, at least I could say that, you know, at least with Genshin, I feel like it was much more intuitive that we could just go to like these different places and take part in these events. With this game though, we're literally in space. You glance at a piece of scrap paper lying on the polished floor. It's full of meaningless lines. Toss it into the trash can. You toss the paper scrap into the trash can marked as recycling. What the shit? Hello, Esther. I've taken daily missions for you. I can help too. Oh, what a good kid. Not many kids these days are as kind as you are. Let me introduce myself first. I'm Esther from the Department of Insight. As you can see, I'm not a young researcher. I merely take care of the filing. If you have any questions about files of the Department of Insight, I should be able to help you. I've got something to ask you. Does the Department of Insight suffer from the most from the invasion? I'm not sure about other departments, but this invasion is undoubtedly a disaster for us. A lot of our files were destroyed, unlike experimental documents, which they can get the data by repeating the experiments. Many Eon mysteries will be lost forever. I may have to contact some ex-colleagues to transcribe some of the files. Things stored in our heads last the longest. You have some great fashion sense. Oh, I'm flattered. I'd be embarrassed if you kept talking to me like that. She actually does have pretty good clothing. However, I guess you are a stylish youngster yourself. You can see my fashion style and my makeup. Dressing up oh, she has makeup on. Dressing up every day is my secret to staying energetic and happy. This is my secret. Is there anything I can help you with? You're such a good kid. You don't look like you are you are from the Department of Insight. I shouldn't trouble you. We've got enough people. A few of my old friends are willing to help. If even someone as strong as Wen Tianwong couldn't help this, I guess I'll have to seek help from you. Let's look at her face for a second. She does look tiny bit old. She's got eye wrinkles, mouth wrinkle, gray hair, some forehead wrinkles. She passes. I'll allow it. I'll allow her to be called old. Memory bubble, splendid planet. What the shit? Researcher's memo notes, part 2. Do I have all of the research memo notes now? Recording a fool's play. Calamity's wrath seeks Odin clash. Fool's blade rends divine flesh. What is this? The recording tape is embedded in a spotless playback device. It is evident that the researchers have been diligently cleaning it. Push the playback button, and the sound of magnetic tape idling can be heard in the deep silence. Suddenly, the storyteller's gavel strikes, and the folding fan whooshes as the sing-song-like narration flows from afar. God, that did not roll off the tongue. Researchers' memos, I'm almost done with this. I still need part 1. Research report, Totonan crystals. One of the researchers carried out a cross-border experiment on the Totonan crystals, but due to negligence, the researcher made a mistake on the test sample. turning this experiment report into nothing but a useless paper. Made a mistake on the test sample. Huh. So this thing is useless, apparently. You useless paper. I think Streambot delete my comment again because I sent you a link. Probably. They probably did. However, 3 crystals quickly synchronized, exhibiting blah blah blah. So this is useless, apparently, according to what it describes here. Oh well, I'll read it later. Survey with rewards. They don't want my survey apparently because they didn't notify me. Memory bubble. Bubbles are floating in the air with a colorful glow gliding on their surfaces. For some reason, they form an image that seems to carry a profound meaning. You are sure you saw a red sun descending into the snowy mountains and a girl in a robe falling under the tip of a sword. You have even heard someone softly laughing. Everything is real and it is not your imagination. Okay, I'm gonna resend it again, but without the link. Okay. Touch the bubble. You extend your arm and your fingertip stops extremely close to the bubble. Nothing happens. Perhaps you should ask for more info from someone who knows what it is. Okay. Literally nothing happened. What is this? You glimpse several books together as you pass by. Judging by the glossy covers, they seem to be the kind of thick space fillers used to make a bookshelf look impressive. They show no signs of having actually been read. Browse the bookshelf to see what's there. There's a copy of The Fall of the Eons, a discussion on Cosmic Tradition series, a copy of Marks of Eon Worship in a Society, a copy of Cases of Cosmic Myths, the meanings behind eons and myth, and a copy of Beneath the Eons, the low-dimensional world as a will, and a surface phenomenon. But to be honest, at least Genshin's timeline problem doesn't that immersion breaker yeah, I agree. It's not as immersion breaking in Genshin as it is in Honkai Star Rail. My number one, because I feel like Honkai Star Rail, because it happens on a train track across space, and because it's in space, it doesn't make a lot of sense that we can go back and forth between regions. If we can do that on a dime, just because of the space station teleport points, then why do we have a train in the first place? It doesn't make a lot of sense. Stray Maverick video about Genshin timeline. Stray Maverick video. Genshin.
Genshin Impact, released in September of 2020, and before its release, I was kinda excited. From the
They make time travel, 2 insane Star Rail theories that will keep you up. 9.8 thousand. What is this?
Hoyoverse made the biggest mistake I've ever seen a company make and admitted it. I will to freely explore and complete these missions. Please stay tuned for a more detailed patch note and future updates.
This was a big mistake.
Okay.
They made a big mistake with this. They made a big mistake the way they handled this. I really disliked how they handled the Sanctus Medicus missions. And
have started to form, and we need to point them out before the whole place crumbles. After the player captures.
Okay, Starro needs to shut up for a second. The book is bound with covers containing the logo of the space station, but the contents are all authentic masterpieces. I need to subscribe to this guy first. As you flip through the pages, a piece of paper falls out. Okay, investigate. The paper is filled with scribbled words. Squinting to make things out, you discover the words Department of Insight printed on the page. There is also a cat-shaped sticker at the bottom right corner. You surmise that this note could be from the Department of Insight's researcher's notebook. Note between book pages. Okay. Okay. Shut up, Honkai Star Rail. I'm gonna listen to a video. He's kind of leaning to HSR, but I still like his timeline videos. I'm gonna watch this first.
Hoyoverse made the biggest mistake I've ever seen a company make and admitted it. I love hyperbolic opening statements, and this is a conversation about the future of Honkai Star Rail. But before we get into that, gotta plug the Discord. A lot of you actually joined in the last video, and I'm extremely excited about that. The server feels really alive now, and it's so much fun. So if you haven't already, join it. Also, my Patreon. Also, my Twitter, I guess? How the f do you get Twitter followers anyway? Banger tweets? Does it count?
Jesus fucking Christ. This is why I don't tweet that much. It's just, it's the game. My game plan is just not this strong.
I'm tweeting it. So, the statement. This month, Hoyoverse released a statement to the public in their developer letter entitled Voice of the Galaxy. So, let me read you the most important part.
This was such a big mistake. The way they made the change here. I need to talk about this in my video. I don't know. I really need to. This actually makes me want to do my video faster. Like, this actually makes me want to do my video now. Because I've just been like procrastinating this entire time. But I think I'll do it today. I've gone back and watched, or like, I've gone back to see what the problem was with this entire storyline, this entire Sanctus Medicus storyline. If you don't remember what it is, it's basically the cult storyline in the Shinjo Lofu region. And the way they handled it, in a retroactive sense, they kind of just retconned it into non-existence, but not really. So, we'll see.
Okay, now that the villagers understand it, let me read it in English. Someone, I guess a Randy, asked, in the Xianzhou storyline, the content related to Sanctus Medicus seems really abrupt and forced. Then, Hoyoverse said, after assessing the feedback from Trailblazers, the crew has decided that the current placement of Sanctus Medicus missions in the story will negatively impact the overall narrative experience. Therefore, in future updates, the crew will adjust the quest structure and alter all Trailblaze missions related to Sanctus Medicus into adventure missions. Trailblazers will be able to freely explore and complete these missions. Please stay tuned for a more detailed patch note and future version
You didn't have to
update
do
announcements.
this.
This is a pretty huge statement. To understand it, you gotta understand the story and how all of this affects the future of the game. So for those of you who are caught up on the story, you'll know that it's kinda a clusterfuck. So let me quickly catch you up if you're not. And Sanctus Medicus is just the beginning of these problems. But let me get out of the way that I love this game's story for the most part. In a previous video, I praised a lot of what it does, but cracks have started to form and we need to point them out before the whole place crumbles. After the player captures Kafka, they head to the Exalting Sanctum to wait for someone to escort them to where Kafka is being interrogated. So we're gonna get to something exciting.
Not really.
We gotta wait. And while we get roped into infiltrating a cult dedicated to the abundance called Sanctus Medicus, getting a secret drug that forces someone into a monster that then you give to a random blind scientist doctor person named Danshu who tells you to wait while examining it. And then you get escorted there. But you don't mention any of this to the cast, and they don't talk about it. Now, I really can't express how confused I was at all of this when it first happened. I thought, well, one word. Fucking Nani! We've infiltrated a cult at the center of the problems of this world, and it seems the main cast doesn't really want to make a note of it, and the central plot doesn't really want to get affected by what we did there. These types of head-scratching plot points continued. You talk to Kafka, interesting lore happens, and then this ancient evil tree that the Abundance fucked over the Lofu people with gets revived, seemingly by the cult. Then something exciting happens. We're about to get into an all-out war with the plants and maybe a cult, and the whole ship might be under threat now. This is so exciting. So you're casted to take out the monsters that are being spawned from it. Save the townspeople. Everyone is in such danger, and the only people who can save... Oh wait, I'm getting a call.
Yeah. This guy is doing a very good job of describing the problem. Unfortunately, they didn't fix the problem. They did not fix anything. Oh boy.
So this is how these events actually happen. Well, besides the call, I might have embellished that a little bit. Like, this is how these events are paced out in the game, at least. It's as if Danshu is driving a car and you're the passenger. This has to be the choppiest, most clusterfuck story Hoyoverse has written yet. So let's break down why. First, the obvious, and the reason that this video is being made, Hoyoverse's statement. They themselves admit that all this Sanctus Medicus stuff feels really disconnected, and will then be moved to essentially a world quest rather than a main story quest, which has me confused. So is Sanctus Medicus important or not? Will this be a requirement for main story quests in the future, or will it simply be a quest that you can just ignore until after you finish the planet? I'm going to assume it will be a requirement, but if it is, we kind of still get into the same problem. Like, we've got to stop somewhere to make the player do all of this, which still messes with the pacing. This leads me to one of two conclusions. Either A, this story was always meant to be a world quest and Hoyoverse just threw it in for Luofu content, so they just chucked the story in all willy-nilly, or it is important, but they weren't sure where to place it with what we've gotten so far, so they just put it in there like when you record over old home movies. So how should they have fixed it? Well, if we could go back to the drawing board, I think you could make a simple change and it would drastically have improved the Sanctus Medicus plot altogether. You just replace Tingyuan with Dan Shu and then have us learn more about Dan Shu slowly. That way, her reveal feels more natural and more impactful. Our guide from this world, someone we thought we could trust, was leading a cult that's pretty dead set on messing things up. That sounds like it could be a really fun reveal and would have us conflicted about the actions of a character, which leads to great storytelling. Instead, we don't get any moments with Dan Shu until she randomly tells us to go to a blind kid, exposits to her how hard her life has been because she was blind, hitting us over the head that she clearly wants to not be blind, then further expositing to us that she hates that she is blind. It's so blunt and forced, and just, it's just kind of bad.
I thought it was pretty good,
This
to be
highlights
honest.
the even larger issues here, namely,
Tingy became Dan Shu. How ironic
Luofu?
isn't
And
it?
who
When was
and
this
what
made?
are we
This was made 3 months ago. When was the patch for this? Patch Genshin 1. No. Honkai Star Rail 1.2 wiki. Yeah, this was definitely made before July 19th. So this video was made a month, more than a month before they revealed that Tingring was Phantalia. Yeah. Whereas in reality, Tingring became Phantalia and kind of just killed off Dan Shu. It's kind of ironic in hindsight that this video was made. What has Stray Maverick been doing ever since? They've just been doing non-lore videos. Yep. They made 3 insane Star Rail theories. What people aren't telling you about Blade. Damage numbers. More damage numbers. Yep. Doesn't look too good, guys.
meant to focus on? The plot up until this point was simple. Find Kafka, because she's suspected of creating the Stellaron situation. Then, after we learn her motives, it becomes stop this big-ass tree and find out who's putting too much water into its soil. Okay, again, simple enough. But if you've noticed, I haven't mentioned other characters and their plots other than Kafka here. Even though there are approximately 800 quadrillion characters on this planet so far. We have Tingyuan, Yukong, Jingyuan, Yanqing.
Here's the thing, here's my problem with this form of argument. I don't really care about getting to know these characters all that much. And I don't really want the story to be burdened by their internal stories. I don't know if that makes any sense. Like, but for me, the story of this region was the introduction of like the Abundance Cult and Phantalia. Like, I don't really give a fuck about, you know, Yanqing or, you know, Blade or even Dan Hun. They can have their own stories in their own story quests, and they are doing that essentially. So I don't know. It just seems like why would I want to know these characters' stories in this main story? It just kind of doesn't make any sense to me.
Bailu, Qingcui, Fushuan, Sushong, and Luocha. And that's not even including our...
It's like if you told me that Sumeru's story was shit because we didn't know Alhaitham's backstory. Like, what did we actually learn about Alhaitham's backstory in Sumeru's Archon quest? We didn't learn shit. We just learned about him afterwards in a fucking event with Kaveh. And that's completely fine to me. I don't know. I don't know if other people have their own, like... We didn't even learn that much about Al-Haytham in his arc, in his story quest. I felt like the story quest was more about the problem with the virtual world than with Al-Haytham. Essentially, all the background that we got for Al-Haytham was with Kaveh. So isn't that basically what they're doing in Honkai Star Rail? I don't really see what the difference is.
Central Trailblazer cast or the Stellaron Hunters. But somehow, the only characters who have seemed to have mattered at all here are Kafka, Dan Heng, Jing Yuan, and maybe Fu Xuan. The rest seem like gacha cardboard cutouts made for you to ogle at as you walk past them in a bargain bin gacha store window.
But then we got Bailu's story quest, right? And then we got Yukon's story quest, and Ting is kind of dead. Well, not really dead. Al-Haytham story quest was a mandatory Evangelion reference. It was so stupid. I was like, why are we talking to Gendo? This guy's just Gendo. Get the fuck out of here. Fucking Dawe doing his self-insert, like, fan fiction bullshit. Just stop. Although I did enjoy Scaramouche's giant robot thing, but I thought the giant robot thing was very well done. Aside from the fact that the story boss was so fucking easy, it was a joke. Even the complete version was kind of a joke.
Fucking nani! That sounds harsh, but let's see what purpose these characters actually serve. Ting Yuan simply acts as a guide and exposition.
Or so you think.
Kong exists, but is also exposition. Jing Jue is yet again another guide. Fu Xuan is more exposition, and Su Zhao.
Am I the only one who likes exposition though? I like the fact that they're explaining shit. I don't really care about their like personal problems, to be frank. I felt like Bellabog was kind of weighed down the fact that they were talking about their personal problems all the time. Like I really did not give a two shits about Sela and Bronia's relationship.
Is another guide. The only characters that allude to them having more intricate character stories and motivations are Jing Yuan, because we haven't met him in person yet, and he seems to have a connection to the Astral Express, and he's central to the conflict with the Abundance. Yanqing, who's his disgruntled disciple, and
Yanqing didn't do
and
shit.
Mocha, because he's clearly connected to the Abundance, who are, I think, the central antagonists here. That's another thing. Who are we fighting here? Who is the antagonist? While we have an unfocused, crowded cast of tour guides, we don't really have a singular villain either. Before this statement,
I don't really like having a singular villain. I feel like I'm just like talking back to this video, but a lot of the things that people complain about the story, it just doesn't really resonate with me. Because I already knew that Kakolia was going to be the last boss, because I already saw it in the thumbnail. And I was just the whole time I was doing Bellabog's story, I felt like it was very by the books, because I already knew how it was going to end. So I actually enjoyed the fact that it wasn't very obvious who the actual villain was in Shinjo Luofu. Maybe that was just because I was spoiled about it so fast or so soon, and I didn't even finish the main Bellabog story until like 1 or 2 weeks after everyone else did. Maybe that was why I was just like meh.
One would initially think it was Dan Shu, the blind Randy, but it can't be now, as her quest will be relegated to the prison of your overcrowded quest menu.
He was never going to be the main boss.
Back to Yurilo 6. Yurilo 6 cast are the following: Rania, Clara, Japard, Hook, Natasha, Sampo, Sela, and Serval. All of these characters serve a purpose in the main story.
Do they?
Except Hook. And they all relate to the
Hook didn't really do anything.
Hook,
Natasha was just kind of there as well. She was basically just exposition. It was revealed that she was like the leader of the group at the very end of the story, but she didn't actually actively do anything.
Natasha,
Sampo also was kind of just, well, actually he did rescue us. That is true. But then again, didn't Fuxian do the same thing?
Sela
didn't do anything in the last battle. She wasn't there. We didn't get to play as her. Serval did follow us around, so that was cool.
Serval. All of these
characters. I would say Serval, Sela, and Bronia were the main cast of Bellabog's story. Everybody else didn't really matter.
Serve a purpose in the main story, except Hook. And they all relate to the path of the world, the path of preservation. This seems to be an underrated story element of Yurilo 6, but the whole plot of all of its characters relate back to its central theme of preservation pretty perfectly. From those staying alive in the underworld and pushing forward, to those fighting off the horde on the surface, to those fighting for the truth. I'd argue that easily, the main character of Yurilo 6 is also Bronya. She's someone who experiences all the ups and downs as the cast. She was born in the underground, yet also knows Belobog, and she learns the lessons of preservation and grows as a character. We follow her quest of discovery and see the events from her perspective. She also has a connection to the main villain of the arc, her mother, who is the antithesis of preservation. The Stellaron has crept into her head and convinced her that giving up is the only choice. She's also the one responsible for the current state of the underground, which you experience. The entirety of the story here centers around these two characters and their actions, so it feels really cohesive and focused. Again, Yurilo 6 does have some issues, but it's also paced extremely well and utilizes all of its cast almost perfectly. Yes, in a gacha story you'll have the characters like Hook and Pela who are just kind of there, even though I'm not angry about Pela since she wasn't used in the story, so she wasn't really misused.
In the funnel conflict, all the characters are just sort of there.
So far,
Neither Brony or Sela
kind
actually
of feel
participated
like
in the funnel
hooks.
battle.
Maybe the main character is Jing Yuan? Who knows? Because I don't even know him yet. Maybe the main villain is a shrouded abundance character? Locha, maybe? I don't know, no clue yet. And the issue isn't not knowing or a lack of clarity. It's a lack of central focus, further amplified by a rando world quest thrown into the mix to further mess up the pacing and crowd the cast of this world even.
I actually quite like Inazuma now, like much more than I did in the past when I actually complained about it. Knowing that the second Raiden Shogun quest was there actually does change how I think about Inazuma.
And more. The characters are also not connected to the path of the hunt thematically. It doesn't seem like any of them are, actually. Maybe Jing Yuan, but that may be it. The cynic in me makes me think all the characters feel hollow and tour guidey because Hoyoverse simply needed pullable characters from the Wofu. This story works just as well, not kidding, if you cut out everyone from the story other than Jing Yuan and Fu Xuan. Every other character has provided almost nothing of substance, either in their own development or in their own contribution.
What about Tinging though? Didn't she eventually turn to Fantilia? She was their spy on us the entire time.
To the plot. The best part of this world, ironically, is everything not from it. I still love the central cast, and being able to play as Dan Heng away from the party is a lot of fun, even though we haven't gotten a ton of it. Same is true for the Kafka interrogation. It puts more focus on what the main plot of this game actually is, and it further shows how fun the Stellaron Hunters are as a group. The last world really didn't give us development from the main cast, just fun interactions. I was hoping this world would blend the two. Main characters developing.
But then Dan Hun did get to, defeat Fantilia. Dan Hun did get his transformation, and he did get his, ban revoked. So he's not just stuck in space all the time, not being able to come back to the Luofu. Although, to be fair, he doesn't really want to stay on the Luofu anyways.
In a world with a clear, cohesive story. I'm glad Hoyoverse admitted that someone shit on their rug, but maybe they should clean up the throw up off their walls too while they're at it. Now, I'm very aware that there will be more to this world. I'd say around 30 to 40% of it is finished. So there's still a chance
it was like 80%.
that the story could make all of this make sense. Maybe. But I have a hard time seeing that happen. With so many seemingly random and pointless tour guide characters and a lack of a central antagonist, I'm having a hard time caring about anything on the ship other than Dan Heng and the interest with the Stellaron Hunters. This world sadly feels way more similar to Herta Space Station than it does Yurilo 6, and that's a big bummer. So what does this mean about the future of Honkai Star Rail? Well, if we're being cynical, it could mean a lack of cohesive vision for this world and maybe future ones. That this world will likely have good moments, but the only thing we'll get out of it narratively are some cool looking characters and important reveals about the larger plot, which means the writers
this video already posted before Dan Hun versus Blade problem? Well, Dan Hun versus Blade was the setup in the very beginning of the story. But I just don't feel very strongly about it. Like, the fact that there was no, battle between Blade and Dan Hun just doesn't really bother me. I don't know, it's like, this guy is talking about the problems, and none of them are the really problems for me, because I just don't care about getting to know the characters that much. I felt like it was actually more of a chore getting to know the characters in Belobog. It's like, I don't feel like I'm very susceptible to sad backstories. If you know what I mean. Like, the whole thing about Scylla and Bronia just didn't really bother me that much. I liked how Belobog had the villain be connected to, what's her name? Bronia. Blade versus Danhan, more like Danhan versus and Blade versus Chain. Yeah, that was hilarious. Then suddenly cutscene story did it for me. Star Wars team already has another 1-up on Genshin's team. To my knowledge, Genshin team has never publicly acknowledged criticism and feedback. It was just a fucking sacrifice. The way that they fixed the story was just a fucking sacrifice to player complaints. It was completely unnecessary and stupid. Even the setting itself, it just feels like endless maze with basic Chinese design influence, whereas Belobog actually feel like a real city center. Very good point. All the different sanctums feel extremely similar too, which is weird considering Eurilo 6 had many distinct areas. Did Eurilo 6 have many distinct areas? I don't know.
Worlds in a similar way to how they wrote Eurilo 6.
Like, wasn't
That
the
being around
beginning
a
of the
central
story
path
actually
with a
literally
clear
just
thematic
a
vision being tailored to? But it could also mean what I think it might mean. This part of the story was rushed for content.
I only wish there was more build up to Blade because, but we haven't gotten a build up to Blade. It really feels like he's just there, goes rabbit to kill Dan Hun, and just stop when Kafka says so. But he was never there to kill Dan Hun. He was there to get him to transform. That's why they were there in the first place. Right? Because it was revealed that Kafka and Blade were there so that they could make the Trailblazers part of the hunt crew. So that they could get their help in the future against the Nook. So they were never there to kill Blade or Dan Hun. That was just like Dan Hun in a fucking dream. Just making shit up about himself. And then Blade didn't even show him any like sign of aggression. Like, Blade literally was just there so that he could make Dan Hun transform. Like, he met the Trailblazer and they were just like, fuck off. And then they went on their way to do whatever else that it was that they wanted to do. And then eventually they were waiting for Dan Hun because they knew that Dan Hun would go in search of their friends because they already like foretold the future because of Elio. And they were there to make Dan Hun transform, and then they fucked off again because they already did their job. So the whole entire premise of the story, from the very beginning was kind of false because that was the reveal by Kafka that they weren't there to fight the Trailblazers. It's kind of weird because I feel like a lot of people just made up headcanon. Yeah, but that's the issue. We learned why the Stellar Hunters are there before we even know Blade is there, apart from the preview before the whole Lawful quest. What? But why Blade need to act aggressively said something like Dan Hun doesn't even remember him? Because he remembers Dan Hun when he goes Mara-struck, right? Because Kafka made him go Mara-struck, which made him remember the past. So of course he's gonna be like all fucking confused and angry and shit. And then Kafka was just like, no, you need to stop it, and he did. Maybe he needed to feel like express more of a struggle. Why we learn about Stellar Hunters are there before we even know Blade is there. But we did know Blade was there because he showed himself. He was literally captured by the Luofu. We don't know why he was supposed to be a big deal. And this his appearance are just confusing. Well, why was he a big deal? I felt like the whole Blade storyline was already concluded with Kafka. And then everything after that was just to make Dan Hun transform. And now we're going to get another battle between Blade and Jingliu, which hopefully makes, gives people what they want. But to be honest, it just doesn't really matter to me.
Characters, and that while we might have some pointless characters now, a clear, cohesive vision for this world will become apparent when more quests are added. The fact that they openly admitted to how poorly implemented the Sanctus Medicus quest was tells me that
it's still poorly implemented now.
If this was their vision, then they just force players to get over it and play it. They've clearly done that before.
I almost feel like it's more the fault of the players for complaining, and more complaining about stuff that wasn't like that bad. Like, the bad thing about the Sanctus Medicus quest was that, one, it was an NPC, and two, it was placed poorly in the story. It just needed to be placed earlier. And then what they did was they told you to fuck off and don't do it and not get the Primo Gems, or else it just goes away forever, which still sucks. So they handled that poorly. Well, they probably didn't even want to handle it at all because they were just like, what the fuck are these players complaining about? And of course, because it's early on in the game's lifespan, they have to do what the players tell them to do. Just like how they caved into John Lee being like underpowered as fuck, which he was. There was a problem, and then they buffed him to fucking like Kingdom Come. And then they had to release 4 different fucking groups of enemies to fix the problem that they created in the first place. Because players are just like fucking stupid and complain about dumb shit that comes back to bite them in the ass.
Quests. These are the same people that don't have a skip button because they want you to care about the story. I'm sure,
That's
though,
true.
that these writers don't want things to be half-assed. And if I'm to believe that these are the same writers who wrote Eurilo 6, I have to believe that they're competent enough to realize that, well, they've got a lot to fix here. Speaking of things being fixed, fix my empty bank account! But seriously, thank you to all of my current patrons. You all aren't like Sanctus Medicus. Instead, you're like the Astral Express crew. So, I hope you enjoy the journey that this channel continues to go on. You're all amazing, and I'll see you.
Here's the thing, though.
Space Station is
Hoyoverse made.
I actually counted how much they wrote for Shinjo Lofu and how much they wrote for Eurilo 6. And Shinjo Lofu actually has like way more writing in terms of word count. And there's like twice the number of cutscenes, and 2 lore videos, and 1 animated short. Holy shit. They actually put way more effort into Shinjo Lofu compared to Eurilo 6 in terms of like budget. Although maybe not so much in terms of enemies, because from what I've seen... Okay, I need to put this back on. Anyways, I talked about this in my video. I'm not going to talk about this now. There's some interesting things that could be pointed out. And it does make me feel a bit weird about the direction that Honkai Star Rail is going in. But I feel like I'm starting to see what they're getting at. What did I get? Nothing. Researcher's memo notes. Alright, what was I trying to see in the first place? What was I trying to find? Stray Maverick? What are you talking about? The timeline thing? The movie. Entire story recap? What were you talking about, Radica? What were you trying to talk about? Oh my god, Tectone. Tectone and Taigo are wrong about story quests. What makes a good story quest? I should have used Tectone in my thumbnails as well. God dang it. New boat. Yeah, his recap is really fit with the timeline. But how does that relate to Honkai Star Rail? Or are you just saying that the timeline makes more sense in Genshin and that this video is really good? Purgatory, Chasm Secrets, the entire story. Why is he doing... His entire channel has been about, like, story so far. Oh, I remember this. Fight Against Your Fate. This video was... He submitted this video for the video competition for Honkai Star Rail. Well, he submitted this video for Honkai Star Rail, and then Giguk was, like, tearing into it. I feel like this video is much better done than this one. His criticism of the... Where's the criticism? Thingy mabob. What the fuck? Where's the video? Huh? Hoyoverse made a huge mistake. That was the video. Yeah, this video is way better than this one. I don't know why this one got so many... I mean, this one has a better thumbnail, to be fair. Yeah, it's all about the thumbnails these days. Well, it's always been about the thumbnail. This video is awesome. I actually like it, even though I disagree with a lot with it. He does a very good job of pointing out the problems. Except that, you know, the problems weren't actually fixed. And then some of the problems I feel like didn't turn out to be problems, because a lot of the, like, character development went into the story quest. It just turns out that the story quest, the companion missions, were more like mandatory rather than not. And then the moment Star Rail defied all expectations. This video was the one that was featured in... This one was the one that was featured in the video contest. And then it got rejected by Giguk. Anyways, good video. Okay, what do I need to do again? Anyways, I'm feeling... I'll do this later on. I'll keep playing later. I'm gonna go watch the video, the Hoyofair, the Chinese Hoyofair, and finish it today. Alright, so last time we ended off at 1 hour, 27 minutes, 50 seconds. So we're about 3/4 of the way through, maybe around 65% of the way through, 70% of the way through. And we're just gonna continue watching this until the very end. There's like how many minutes left? 30 minutes, 42 minutes, 45 minutes. Live action, or is this 3D as well? No, this is animation. Hanachiru Sato, right? Nope, Ayaka. The production values are insane as usual. Why is Ayaka walking towards a floating tree? I like how they have the symbols in the background though. These are the symbols of the Ayaka's clan, right? I don't know what Ayaka's family name is. The Kamisato Ayaka, right, Kamisatos. No, wait, let me go check. I'm actually kind of curious about this. Kamisato Ayaka. What is the symbol for her clan? The Kamisatos. Kamisato symbol. Oh, it is the symbol. They have it printed out and like taped, or at least I don't know how they're doing it. Maybe they like actually printed out its door screen that has the symbol on it. That's really nice. Like, look at the symbol in the background. However they did it is the actual one that they use in the game. That guy's going crazy. I used to bob my head up and down like that, but I would do it on a like Omegle while listening to music that nobody else could hear. And I would keep doing it for like 30 minutes. 30 minutes to an hour, and people would be weirded out by just seeing me again and again, just bobbing my head. That was extremely good, to the point where, okay, is it just me, or does it feel like Eastern productions, fan art, and just like fan productions are constantly on a better like level, on a higher production level compared to the West, even for franchises that the West cares about. It feels like they constantly are not at the same level. Like, have you guys ever seen something like this for World of Warcraft? Maybe World of Warcraft, yes. Maybe Diablo 4. I don't know. Maybe not Diablo. I don't know. It just feels like this could just be a professional music video if they wanted to make it like that. It doesn't have to be tied to Genshin Impact. They just happen to make it for Genshin Impact. Whereas with like other productions, usually it feels like they just made it for this specific game and franchise. Yeah, nobody cares about Diablo anymore. I'm just gonna shut the fuck up.
所以到底发生了什么事情啊？你倒是完全没了动静，吓死我们了！
哎呀呀，是什么风把你们给吹来了？
是神子。
神子，你们在这里做什么？
It just feels like all of this work. If it was me, I would not be making this. I feel like this stuff is made primarily by very young people, because when you're young, you feel like you have to attach your work to something that has a bigger name to it to make it be recognized. But as you grow older, you realize that you're basically just doing free work for other people when you're doing this, when you're creating fan fiction and like fan productions. Whereas you could just make your own shit and start making money off of that. So I don't know. It's like an immense amount of dedicated work that is just kind of going down the drain. Not that I'm saying it's bad. Like, this is obviously very good. It's just that I feel like there's a lot of exploited talent here. Maybe willingly, maybe not.
为什么？只是影的东西丢了。
影的东西是很
Like, why don't these people just work for anime at this point? Like, actual animation.
值不值钱？我
Like, whoever it is that is making Link Click,
很稀有啊。
or, you know, To Be Hero X,
等等种种原因，
or
影最近在努力学习处理。
why don't you just get hired by Genshin Hoyoverse at this point? If you're gonna make so much artwork that could essentially pass off as like official artwork, why not just go work for MiHoYo?
三彩团子竟神秘失踪了。
这一天天的怎么那么多案件？头好痒，好像要长脑子了。哦，对了，当时三彩团子被放在哪里了呀？
当时被我特地放在了一个精致的盘子上，就在酒店休息区的桌子上。
尹小姐发现团子丢失是在什么时候？我明白了，原来如此。其实凶手就是你吧，雷电影，旅行者，快抓住他！
凶手？
哼哼，其实你发现是温迪偷吃了你的三彩团子。 你气不过，所以把卖唱的打晕。
可是派蒙，我和将军大人一直在一起。做好团子之后，我们一起去了酒店楼下取了启凉凉送的饮品外卖，回来就发现团子不见了。启凉凉也可以作证，将军大人没有犯案时间，不可能是凶手。
这样啊。
如果是问这位吟游诗人，大概12点的时候。 我看到他和往生堂的客卿在一起争执些什么。
Are you guys following this?
也许能有些新的发现。
I like how they try to make Sarah relevant. There must be a lot of Sarah fans over in China, because I can't imagine anybody like going to such an effort to make Sarah part of the main story. The power of fan fiction is that you can make any like insignificant character that Hoyoverse didn't give a shit about suddenly part of the main story. That's unironically one of the reasons why I actually like fan fiction. And I don't really I don't have anything against it. Even the Yuri stuff. The Yuri stuff is great. It's just that some of the fans can be a bit much. Yeah, Sarah has great underboob, that is true. So does Shenhe, by the way. Probably why I like those characters, but I never got the constellations I wanted for Sarah. So I kind of just left her in my closet forever. Genshin 3rd anniversary remembrance product. What is this? What the hell? That's a also another thing I've noticed. So since all the Conrians became Hilichurls or like immortals, then why don't the Hilichurls have boobs? Or do all the female Conrians just turn to like male Hilichurls? I mean, I'm just saying it's kind of weird. Like where are the Hilichurls with boobs? And why is that Hilichurl holding a sniper rifle?
这么垃圾的电影都能上映，就是不要小看观众啊！现在已经不是随便放个小仙秋就能有票房的时代了，就是这种东西随便拉几个人就能做到了，
It's interesting that we have cameras in Genshin Impact, but we haven't gotten movies yet. We don't have cinema in Genshin Impact. I feel like that's probably the next stage of Genshin technology. Being able to record stuff and show it in the video format.
我们要好看的电影，我们要动人的故事，我们要身临其境的氛围。所以，今天赢给屏幕外的家人们介绍这么一款护肤品，现在下单只需要79号，这你他妈在卖货是吧？
Yeah, there's no way they could have shown this in the English Hoyoverse livestream. Or whatever, the English Hoyoverse video. There was like 2 whole quests with Xavier about making movies, really? I forget where. I think there is some female Hilichurl canonically in my opinion, but it's just Hoyoverse doesn't want to make unclothed humanoid creatures that possibly gonna make people aroused. Lol. And Leah NPCs in Fontaine talking about making ads for their tea. Disgusting. Tea is disgusting. Why are they handling Glocks and guns and shit? Jesus Christ. That is a very dangerous way to hold. I actually don't know if it is. I've never handled a gun in my life. This is basically Daoi's self-insert at this point.
你这个商业计划，我觉得过于假大空了。
虽然挺感兴趣，但计划还不够详细。
很遗憾，旅行者，这种玩意儿就能拉来投资，商业的世界可不像你想的那么简单。
确实，旅行者还是回去再好好努力一下。
看来4位导师已经有了自己的结论，那么请按下自己身边的按钮。
不及格。
My previous live stream just got like 3 likes, 1 to 2 likes more after I finished my live stream, and somebody watched it for 1.6 hours. I have no idea why. It's actually kind of crazy that people still watch my live streams after they're done. Like sometimes these things just happen randomly, and I always wonder who the hell is watching this stuff. My guess, either we Radica or Lily City.
这个事情也不是很简单。看在我的面子上，来拍个电影吧。好啊，好啊。看在我的面子上，来拍个电影吧。好啊，好啊。看在我的面子上，来拍个电影吧。看在我的面子上，来拍个电影吧。
面子果实能力者。
Holy shit! It's like 5 characters and all their NPCs. NPC support squad. What? That's actually really funny. Look at that age Dehua. Oh my god. That is actually such a brilliant thing. Like imagine selling age Dehua models like this and then on their back is a bonsai tree. That would actually be amazing as like an art project. I would love to buy one of these things. So I'm gonna get to it. And in the middle can be like a crystal, like one of those amber crystals you find in Liyue.
然后高高跳起，余光往后看到了什么东西，然后空中转体躲过对方的攻击，
啊！
然后顺着爆炸的暴风飞跃起来，继续转圈，然后在关键时刻落地，然后被对方一枪干掉。感觉冲击力不够啊，再来一次吧。
喂，
各位来看，我们的女主角正在努力的背台词，这种东西有必要拍吗？你懂什么啊？把这些花絮拍进来，到时候就可以说我们演员多努力啦。嗨，明华，给爷笑一个。这句话是不是哪里不对啊？我也喜欢他呀，没有办法啊。从今以后，我们就形同路人。所以说 CP 是谁啊？那当然是我啦，加私货是吧？然后我们来到了有着悠久历史的璃月。
This is going on for a very, very long time. I hope whoever made this got the recognition they deserved.
这些背景就全部倒下。预备，不好意思啊，请问能采访你一下吗？好。我本来想一镜到底，所有片子一镜到底，是不是很大？整部片子一镜到底，所有人都惊了。但最终我还是放弃了，原因之一就是，谢谢您的回答，期待您电影成片。旅行者，我们快没钱了，没想到拍个电影耗费这么多，已经快没了。确实呢，事到如今，只能先快跑路啦！给我回来！你知道你这些天到底浪费了多少资源吗？想想你请的人、道具，还有那些人的时间，你不觉得你应该好好的做到最后吗？这个我懂。一般节目在说教环节之后，就是大家一起包饺子。
Wow! Amazing! Genshin big video! It's and the end. That's what the Chinese says, by the way. The end. Genshin anniversary video. Wait, is this ending just Evangelion movies ending? It feels like the music is very similar. With the big bold black letters. Okay. Okay. The bot will be destroyed in 24 hours. We must gather everyone's strength. Wait, what was that? Who was that with the no signal? Miko is offline. She's just like, every nation experienced various levels of catastrophe. Sano's sleeping. Nunka's sleeping. Noel's dead. Dory is gonna save the world. Venti is there and looks like he's serious, which is extremely out of character. So, what the fuck? Oh my god. Ayaka is gonna fight Yoimiya. They really went ham with the fanfiction part of this production. Okay, there's aliens in the sky shooting lasers. Lumine is riding Dvalin to get the 5-star pole. Okay.
无论如何，总算是没有搞砸。看吧，我就说随便找几个人拍就行了，你还好意思说啊？不过，我们用电影素材来拍电影这件事，其实才是拍电影这个节目哦。套娃了是吧？
I will give that a 7 out of 10 for trying. But I don't know, it was just a bit all over the place. Ooh, actual 3D art. They gave the crane a lot more animations that it had in the actual game. Where have I seen this now? What franchise could that have been in? A flower that can be used as a shield? I wonder where that came from. There's no way it could have come from another gacha game. No fucking way. It's kind of funny watching Ajdaha just run around like a little dog. It's like he's chasing a golden frisbee or something. Why is Albedo not using his signature weapon though? That's the question. Imagine if he's not using the weapon because he didn't do the event. He didn't do his own event. That's why he doesn't have his signature weapon. He forgot to attend his own event.
旅行者，听说你最近得到了一件好宝贝，正好我最近好像有点差点暴击，要不就……
奉将军大人之命，前来取新的圣灵。
突然觉得这个好重，听说旅行者这里
What? Neela without her headpiece. I don't know if that's bad. She actually looks really cute without the headpiece. I love it.
既然你们都想要这个头盔的话，那来竞速深境螺旋吧。
Lumin wants to do a Spiral Abyss speedrun, but nobody else wants to do it because they're all casual players. And then spend $1,500 on this game. Which means the maximum amount of stars they can get is, at max, maybe 34 stars, unfortunately. Especially if they have Consecrated Beasts. But so, oh my god, the fat guy's running. I don't think that's a... What? Huh? What? Can you still do that? Can you actually knock people off the Spiral Abyss? Still? I don't think I've done that since the very beginning trials. No. I remember doing that in one of the previous Abyss cycles. Not in the actual Spiral. Oh my god. He's using the laws of Genshin Impact. Anything can be climbed. Except for domain objects. That's true. You can't complain. You can't climb domain objects. I swear you could have like pushed things off of the Abyss in the past.
反抗毫无作用，我们败局早已注定。下次一定要击败他们。
怎么回事？你们不是已经满星了吗？我们已经下班了。
本来我也这么觉得的。让你们看看我修行的成果。
I kind of feel like they just put whatever character was the favorite into this animation. Because none of this canonically makes any sense. I like fanfiction when it adheres to the canon in some way. Like, the whole Fatui setup is cool, but the actual characters being used is kind of weird. Or at least Bennett's still unlucky, but...
妈妈，我要回家。下雪了。
That's right, we don't have environmental effects in Spiral Abyss. I feel like it would be kind of cool if we did have like some kind of like water theme or maybe snow theme going on at times without the auras. No auras, please, but just have like a water ground or like a snow ground. Just for variety's sake, you know. Maybe some sand. Paimon Pilium. That was a maybe 6 out of 10 for me. Whoa, actual animation. Let's go. He's crying. It's Ether. I don't give a fuck about the MC, to be honest, which makes this a purely animation type of thing for me.
Ying，艾蒙，我能感受到你们已经遭遇了不测，我一定会找到。
There's more words than he said throughout the entire game. Very unrealistic. Immersion ruined.
你们不是失踪了吗？什么情况？
出海确实发生了意外。幸亏我带了这个。
这难道是？
没错，那个胡儿女人给我做的下单神器。哇，不愧是旅行者娘。别到太地方了。时候返航了。哎咻！黄河快递，只有想不到，没有送不到。
Wait, they already made fan fiction of fan animation of Meropede? Fortress Meropede? But that came out like a month or 2 ago, right? Tartaglia was only in jail for like 1.5 months. They make this in that time? Holy shit, they're fast. That's actually quite amazing.
这次是季前娘。
Those of you guys who have done the Archon quest, is this canonical? Is this accurate to the lore experience that you had in the actual story?
黄河快递，只有想不到，没有送不到。
Not really. Buratica, have you done Act 4 yet? Yeah, this took 5 years to make. Oh, they got a 3D hand. Wait, Venti's hot as fuck. Venti's a girl now. You can't tell me Venti's not a girl. That's a girl. This is a girl. Look at the crotch. Look at their boobs. That is a girl. Shut the fuck up. Accept it.
正者以执政之名，于此尘世盘桓。人民栖息于神明的庇荫，时而垂眸，时而举
Bro, look at the flowers bloom.
与神同行。
Also, they made trees sprout.
经年，但在神明目不可及的地下，也曾有一个繁荣而又辉煌的美梦。
You know what's cool about this? This is mostly 2D animation, but they made it so dynamic. Like the artwork itself is amazing. It's basically in the same way, same animation as they've done for the splash arts. Is this Conria? Yeah, this looks like Conria. If this is canon, I can see why they must hate the gods. But then they became like the Abyss organization, so I don't know what's up with that. Bosacius, Ruka Devata. I really hope the anime covers all of this stuff. And it doesn't just cover the main story. That is my hope. Oh my god, they took some Dragon Age stuff. Is the guy fingering the puddle while he's dying? Jesus Christ. Sag.
Doom has come. All of a sudden, legends stand alive. Defend them in whispering sunlight. Shatter the sky. We had to save this world. Has gone abandoned us ever and ever. I hear the anthem from a far land.
Who is that? Is that Clotar? I think that might have been Clotar. Or maybe that was Piero. No, I don't think it was. Piero was much older. Holy shit! We actually got to see a full image of Ruka Devata.
I waken from a dream, the glorious kingdom I live, sleep and under.
Oh, nice. I like how they transition into the party quest.
On the way, a flourishing new world I see. Healing.
They really leveled up from last year's video. Let me go check what the last video was like. Yeah, this is probably the best fan-made one, lore-wise. Hamelin. Their last video was also Journeying Towards Beyond. What is this? Oh, I don't think I've seen this yet. Wait a second. No, that's not the one I was talking about. The one from the past. Like the very past. The Wanderer Sage of the Sakya? What is this? No, not this one. The one before that. The one about Signora. Where is it? I swear I saw it before. Where was I imagining things? No. 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 Yeah, this one. This was the first video I saw from them, I think. So they've always been very good at making videos about the lore, like, and transferring into like this kind of art style and narrative format. So we get to see Signora when she was a little young girl. Too bad her entire story was scuffed in the actual game. It was so scuffed. She didn't really even have a story. Also, my head kind of aches because I bumped my head against the side of the wall. Not the side of the wall, but the roof. Today. I think I actually made a dent in my head. It's just like slowly aching. This part was epic. Like the whole transition from side to side. It's so good. This part about Sandrone is fake. They got this part wrong. Because Sandrone actually has a keyhole in the back. As far as we know, because of leaks, once again. I still think Pantalone is actually going to be one of the final bosses in this game. I think him and Dottore are going to be like the strongest bosses we face in story. I can't really I think the one we got just now was actually better. Animation wise, but I think this one, like narratively, choreographically, in terms of how hype it was, I think this one was a tiny bit more hype. Although this one is extremely good as well. What do you? He has the power of money. He just makes other people fight for him and then throw their bodies at you, and then we have to, and then we finally get an endless mode in Spiral Abyss. That's how we're gonna canonically justify having an endless mode. They just paid everybody to go to the Spiral Abyss to fight us. Okay, let's watch the rest of this. But to be serious, I think Pantalone is going to get some kind of elemental power somehow. Either it's like because of a delusion, but I think the story that they're setting up right now in Fontaine, I think is going to open up the path to other elemental powers that aren't just the current ones that we have. For example, Void, Light, and something about how the elemental vision that Child has that is going haywire is probably going to tie into how other characters power up in the future. Money. I think Pantaloon is actually going to be one of the darkest characters we've ever encountered, and how nihilistic that he probably is. I'm actually looking quite forward to it. I think it's going to be really great. The story is getting darker and more importantly, more nuanced. It's not just like this person is bad, that character is bad, we gotta kill them. He does have personal hatred for the gods, yeah. I feel like, I know this is gonna sound very meta, but I feel like there is a meta narrative that Hoyoverse is trying to tell through all of their stories, and that's that gods are kind of like shitheads. Right? Because the whole Abundance versus Hunt story is about gods being not really that dependable. The whole like the whole underground Conria story is about gods being kind of shitheads. Celestia's story is about gods being shitheads. And even all of the problems most of the problems that we see in this main story are actually caused by gods, right? Venti was absconced, not really doing his job. I know there's like more nuance to Venti, but essentially it's because he was missing in action. John Lee just didn't want to do his job anymore. A is just straight up a bad ruler, and then she had like PTSD problems. And Sumeru, the god, kind of just fucked off and tried to like mastermind this whole thing, and it kind of worked out in the end, but it kind of didn't because her successor got jailed for like 500 years. So that was kind of a shitheaded move. Basically, all the problems that we have ever faced in these games are like caused by gods, right? Even in Belobog, it was because the Destruction people attacked Belobog, which caused the Stellaron crisis. And then in Shinjo Lofu, it was because the Destruction people masterminded the whole rebellion. And then also in Herta Space Station, it was because the Destruction people attacked Herta Space Station. And they did that because Kafka, the Stellaron hunters, got them to attack the Herta Space Station, because they wanted to destroy the Destruction gang. My bets are still on him being the Batui's head alchemist. So it feels like the main problem in the story and the narrative that Hoyoverse is trying to tell is actually not a matter of good versus evil. It's definitely not good versus evil. It's more like, don't trust higher powers, essentially. And don't put your faith in things that are, frankly, not really reliable. I know that that's just me going on a rant, but I definitely feel like the people who are going to be the most nuanced are the ones who are fighting against the gods.
孤军奋战走到现在，还带着小孩，是谁从不偷懒。
Maybe he will pull Rindo tier on us. What exactly is a Rindo tier? I still don't know what exactly Rindo tier did. Because there's very little confirmed information of what she did. Well, isn't Ryan the Tier the person who created Albedo? And also the dragon? the Cryo Dragon or whatever it's called. I wonder what the Cryo Dragon is gonna be like. Maybe the Cryo Dragon is Charissa. Maybe that's why she wants to rebel against Celestia. She created Albedo, Durin, and various monsters such as the Rift Wolf. It's interesting though, because aren't the dragons supposed to be like bishops? So how could she create Durin if they were like the original rulers of Teyvat? So was she originally part of Teyvat, or I don't know. It's complicated.
承诺了还钱和一大堆赔礼，老爷子才肯放我走。唉，然后2点30分和伊斗兄弟打了会排球，3点在海边捡球。 作为交换，去帮别人带点游泳圈，
然后3点15分
被我们发现，晕倒在酒店泳池里。
而真正的原因是，小拜托温迪。
And there's a book accusing her of being the one behind the cataclysm. Nice. Awesome. I'm glad that we are going to have a playable character who is even more of a shithead than. Well, are we going to be playing as Ryan Dotier? Who knows?
先是苦，再是酸，最后是辣。慌乱之中，不慎被放在泳池边的栏杆绊倒，摔在了地上，又滚进了水里。然后就成了故事最开始的样子。
原来卖唱的是因为自己贪吃惹的祸。
不过还是很感谢旅行者和派蒙担心我。
Either she got one of the primordial dragon cell or body deceased and cloned. I just find the whole thing very interesting because that means that we can just create more dragons. So, you know, it doesn't really matter if we kill the dragons because we can just clone them and make them alive again. So it's, you know, it's all fine. But she's also a member of the Herzen Circle, which would mean that all of them are okay with her almost causing the end of the world. Well, we don't know that, right? We don't know if they were okay with it, because if you've ever watched ReZero, all of the witches kind of hate each other. I'm not watching that shit. I'm pretty sure it has the cat trap character. Cat trap? Which cat trap? There's like a bajillion of them in animes. Cat trap? What are you talking about? What cat trap? Kirara? We've watched so many videos with Kirara already. That's not a cat trap. That's just a cat without ears. I don't know, he's the dude who looks like a girl trope and has cat ears. You mean Risley? The dude who looks like a girl trope and has cat ears. There's no dude in this game that looks like a girl except Venti. That's the only dude who looks like a girl in this game. Except, okay, maybe Xingqiu looks tiny bit like a girl, but that's only because he's kind of short. That's about it. Otherwise. Hexen Circle is a very mysterious organization till this day in Genshin Impact, and more importantly, not everyone in the member has combat capabilities. I'm talking about ReZero, not Genshin. ReZero is really good. You know, don't let a cat trap. Don't let a trap ruin the movie for you. You know, or anime, whatever you want to call it. ReZero is so good. I'm not watching that bench. Okay. Are you talking about Felix? Yeah, I think that's his name. I think I like Felix. I think he's funny. In a very strange, annoying kind of way. But still. I'm not against traps. All the more power to them. How long does this go on? Wait, is this it for the entire... Oh, I think this is the end. Yeah. There's a final animation at the very end. But this is the end of the Hoyoverse, the Chinese Hoyofair. The production value of all the different animations combined is off fucking charts. Like, that's gotta be at least like, I don't know, tens of thousands of dollars spent on this. Maybe even almost $100,000 worth of animation. He's also got 2 maids, and his whole obsession with maids is just weird. Who are you talking about? The guy, the tall guy with the hat? He's not obsessed with maids, okay? There is one maid who is obsessed with the main character, but the main character is not obsessed with maids. In fact, the maid killed the main character. God, that was such an annoying song. Oh, this is cool. I like this song. I like these whimsical, carefree songs with animation, like narration. It's like, it reminds me of those ending songs in animes where they just kind of go completely carefree, regardless of the canon. I'm sticking to good anime with combatic symbols and world apocalyptic genocide. Huh. So have you watched Madoka Magica? What is it called? Magica Madoka something something? I've actually never watched it, but my friend recommended it to me, and I just couldn't get past the aesthetic. I haven't. I've also watched some bits of Rose and Maiden. I don't know why I mentioned that, but I feel like it's the type of thing you probably wouldn't be into. This is so cute. I would have this as a ringtone if I could. Well, I probably could, but I'm too lazy to do it. So if you like post like apocalyptic shit, if you like post-apocalyptic shit, then I assume you like Attack on Titan. I was never a big fan of Attack on Titan, to be honest. I thought it was overrated. The best part about Attack on Titan is its ending. I thought that shit was hilarious. People got so mad at Attack on Titan's ending. Oh my god. Also, all my siblings said Attack on Titan ending sucked. Yeah, that's what's so great about it. It pissed off so many fans. I thought it was pretty good too, and how ironic it was. Like, nothing really ended happily. People just got pissed because Eren was this little shithead. I think that was actually the point of the story, that nothing could end happily ever after. It was a completely unsatisfying ending for pretty much all members involved. From the cast, to the characters, to the audience. This is gonna get copyrighted, isn't it? This is definitely going to get copyrighted, no matter what. I don't think it affects me because I don't monetize any of this. So I've gotten like 3 copyright, not copyright strikes, but copyright claims. I don't know what the difference even is. That's the end. Woo! That was really good. I'm impressed by Hamlin. I really think... Okay, let's watch some more of Hamlin's stuff. Oh, they're doing other stuff now, too. Like Oshino Kami-sama. Archon of my pick. Genshin Mad. What is this? Oh, no. That's copyrighted. Keikamda? Who is Keikamda? Keikamda. Oh yeah, this thing. I like this. Subscribe. 508,000 subs. Holy shit. They're popping off. Jesus Christ. They have so much stuff already. I never knew they were this big. Alright. I already listened to that. Let's go back. Did they show this in the anniversary? I don't think they did. I don't remember watching this. Maybe they did. I never noticed. Anyways, let's watch it again because I feel like it. Oh, I think I have watched this, but it's so good I'm gonna watch it again. Why not? It's mid-autumn festival anyways. Yeah, I've watched this already. I think it was in the first half of the Hoyofair. But it's just so good. It's like... I really like how they take all these like disparate characters and put them in one thematic focus. Like in one theme. So this is like Chinese. Maybe in the future, I hope that they can do something that's like Iranian or something. Like Sumeru focused. And then maybe one that is Fontanian focused with like Fontanian clothes. And then one that's Inazuma focused. I don't know if that's gonna be too much work, but that's just what I'm hoping to see. Like put some Liu characters, put some Mondstadt characters in Inazuma, and just give them like a whole bunch of Japanese inspired clothes, and then do it for Fontaine as well. And maybe Sumo too. I'm not sure if they haven't already done. Like maybe they have already done this, and I just didn't know. John Lee doing a Jingliu. Is that Nahida? It is. Holy shit. But she has ears. What the heck? Wait. Go back. What was that? Why does she have ears? Oh no, those are flowers, I believe. Yeah, those are flowers. But that is definitely Nahida. Are those the credits? Illustrations? Yeah, those are credits. Holy shit. That's a lot of people working on this. Plea. Plea Amber. Nilu, holy shit, Nilu's hot as hell. I like seeing Nilu without her headdress. Maybe that's just me. It gives her a certain different feel, but at the same time, she still looks the same. And the calligraphy just popping off there, being drawn. Also very nice. Alright, I think that does it for all the watching I'm going to do today. I'm not sure if I'm going to do anything in the game anymore. I feel like concluding it with the... Yeah. Nice. Probably continue with some Genshin Impact tomorrow just to do some more farming. I have to get my stuff ready for I don't know why I said Hoyofair, not Hoyofair, but for Rena's release. Hopefully I'll be able to get everything by then. Anyways, this is Bench Gamer. I'm going to sign out now and go to sleep. It's literally 4:20 a.m. Hopefully I'll get my schedule back to normal in the future, and then I can stream more regularly and not do all this like weird nonsense streaming at random times. I know that my thumbnail says that I'll stream at whatever time, but I kind of don't want to do that anymore. I kind of want to have a schedule going on. Huh. So, this is Bench Gamer signing out. Thank you, Weirdika, for being here. Adria Gailey. Is there anybody else who popped in today? I think it's just you two. Yeah, it's just you two, I think. I'm not missing anybody. Anyways, this is Bench Gamer signing out. I will see you guys hopefully next time. Bye-bye.